What a fantastic view. What a fantastic view. I'm so proud of all of you that have come out in this horrible weather and walking in silence down there, and it shows that it can be done, and it shows that we are decent, civilized, moral and right, and it is just fantastic to see it. I'm not going to talk for very long because it's horrible and cold, but I was on LBC radio earlier this morning, and the journalist interviewing me said, "What exactly is it," he said, "that is your problem with Islam?" He said, "Because I've read the Quran," he said, "and it is a book of peace." I said, "How long have we got? How long have we got for me to educate you here?" 10 minutes, that was it. But Islam and the Quran is not a religion of peace, and that is exactly why we are here today, because the future for this country is very grim in the future, and it's essential that the word is put out about the very real problems with Islam in this country. And little things that LBC journalists don't seem to know about. Islam means submission. It means submission. What sort of a religion of peace calls itself submission? Muhammad is the perfect man in Islam. But Muhammad, I was doing this thing with Andrew Neil, and the week before I was on his programme, he had the Cage director on there, and he had some other guy, and they were talking about Muhammad Emwazi, Jihadi John. And Andrew Neil was saying that Jihadi John was a savage, and that he was a barbarian. And I wanted to say to him, "Listen, Mr. Neil, there is absolutely nothing that Jihadi John is doing in Syria that Muhammad did not do himself." All through the Quran, where it says, "Who your right hand possesses," this is where they're talking about sex slaves in Islam. Sex slaves in Islam. And we have this now in this country. It's taken 15 years for the truth to come out about the grooming gangs. But the point is, this is mandated within the Quran. And it's no good, all of these little LBC journalists and BBC journalists saying it's got nothing to do with Islam. It has everything to do with Islam. Everything to do with Islam. We're called far right because we dare to criticize Islam. We're called fascists and we're called Nazis. But if you look at the ideology of Islam and you look at the ideology of Nazism, they are exactly the same side of the same coin. One leader who wants to rule the world under a 1,000-year Reich. Another leader wants to rule the world under a global caliphate. Both leaders, Muhammad and Adolf Hitler, hate the Jews and want to kill them. Both leaders want to kill the homosexuals. Both leaders are not ever allowed to be criticized. Both leaders are exactly the same people. Radical Islam is Nazism incarnate, and it's here in this country. And why it's come down to us to have to tell the truth about this is a terrible indictment on the ruling classes of this country. It shouldn't be us doing this. It should be David Cameron, it should be the Labour leaders, it should be the Liberal Democrats, it should be Nigel Farage and UKIP, but it is not. It is down to us. So we are going to stand up and we're going to tell the truth about Islam, and we're going to force those government people to start doing something about it. We have got thousands of mosques in this country. They're Deobandi, they're Wahhabist, and they are promoting the most dreadful, subversive, violent ideology to all of these young Muslim kids, and it is going to present a real serious problem in the future, if not already. So this is why you're all here. This is why I'm standing up here today. This is why Tom is here. This is why Anne-Marie is here as well. And we are going to stand up, we're going to tell the truth, and we are going to force these politicians to finally do something about the future for our children and our grandchildren. Like I say, I'm not going to talk for too long, but I just want to say thank you again. You know, the idea of a new movement that is so desperately needed in this country, and to make it work like this, where we have peaceful people that walking down, it was quite spooky. The fact there was no noise, there was no chanting. It was quite spooky, but it works. It genuinely works. And this today is going to go out across the entire media. They are going to see that we are civilized people doing it the right way. And the next meeting we have, we're going to have double or treble the number we got here. And the meeting we have after that, we're going to have 10 times. And by the end of this year, I'm being quite serious, I want to see 100,000 decent people on the streets. So I'm so proud of all of you for coming out. That's really me done now. Thank you very much again, and let's take this forward. Let's build this into a proper international movement, and let's put the fear of God into our traitor politicians and our traitor media class. Thank you.